As you may notice, this isn't our normal format of doing videos. Normally it's let's plays, overviews, quick look ats, and sometimes free to play games. This time we're doing quick reviews. Quick being the key point.
Yeah, quick. So let's just get straight into this business.
Pros, cons, and conclusion. That's what we're doing. Pros.
First pro.
Excellent gunplay.
The guns work, they feel great. It's just, if you want to shoot something, you can quite easily, and it's never frustrating. That is really the best part of this game, is that it's genuinely fun.
It is limited to how many guns there are in the game, but they are good guns. You don't feel the need for more guns.
The general idea is you get really good with one of the guns rather than using 30 different guns.
Or three.
Or three.
The only downside to this excellent gunplay is the lack of controller support, which is a con, but if you're playing on PC, you usually...
shouldn't really be using a controller for an FPS.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Next pro.
This game, very easy to learn. When you pick it up, you'll know exactly what you're doing. It's just the regular FPS stuff.
Point, shoot.
Point, shoot, not much more. Press F to win occasionally. Apart from that, pretty simple. But actually mastering the game, getting good at it, takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience.
Because the idea of the game is to get it down to a concise point where you can get through it as fast as you can with as little hiccups as possible to maximize the amount of money, which in this case is XP.
Yes, XP is money in this game. The more money, the more experience.
And then you get more unlocks, which goes to our next point. Lots of unlocks and upgrades. They're very much class-based, so very obvious you're going to get guns and stuff if you get sharpshooter or assault. And if you're the medic, you're going to get, well, support in this. You're going to help people out, clearly. It's like every other game.
Yeah, the classes aren't going to affect the actual gameplay too much. It's more to do with what you unlock from those classes.
Which can benefit you in certain levels.
Being a sharpshooter or being a support guy, there's no real gameplay difference. In fact, there's none. It's just what you unlock, and crew bonuses are a few things you unlock. Next point, soundtrack. Absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorite soundtracks in any video game ever.
It is pretty damn good.
And the way they've done the soundtrack is quite interesting. Like, when you're playing the level, there'll be little noises here and there, like beepings of alarms. And they've actually matched the tempo of the alarms with the music playing, so it fits in and it sounds full, like it's part of the music. It's really interesting idea, and I don't actually know of any other game that does that.
It's that attention to detail that sucks people in. Next up, we have solid level design. Main parts of this is it's a good layout. It's something you can do multiple different ways. You can find different ways to do it, faster ways to do it, better ways to do it, and you can do it multiple times. It has high replayability.
Dynamic missions. Basically, something small will change in the mission.
First of all, the bank manager.
The bank manager, he'll be at a different location each time. It's just little things like that that keep the game fresh and interesting despite the amount of times you're going to be replaying that level. Cons.
Well, the first point is for more casual players, people who are only really going to want to play the game once or twice. There is a limited amount of levels, but that's because it's more based at high replayability on specific levels to nail it down and get better at it.
Yeah, can't really deduct too many points for the few levels. I think there's about 8. The main reason that there's not many levels is so that well, I'm guessing at some point in the actual making of the game, they decided to have very few levels so they could make each level really awesome, rather than having 30 average levels, just 8 really good ones.
That is a good point. Next con. On specific levels like Diamond Heist, well, besides that, the stealth isn't that great if you don't have people backing you up. You don't have much awareness to where people are behind you. A lot of the times to the side.
It's not a stealth game, but the good thing is you don't actually have to be stealthy. It just makes that particular mission a lot easier. But I feel as if they could have done better with the whole idea of stealth. It doesn't feel right. You can never tell when you're hidden, and often when you get found by the guards, you're a bit confused as to how they saw you.
Either way, it's going to be fun.
A lot of fun.
That goes in, well, the first part of that point goes into the next one, is some missions are either impossible to do or just dismal without a co-op partner or friends or even online. Like, one secret level, spoilers, Overdrill, you can't do it without 4 people because there are specific points you need to be on the map for it to unlock that part of the level.
Yeah, and you can't do that with the NPCs because you can't tell them to go anywhere or really do anything.
Well, you can tell them to go places, you can't tell them a place in particular to go.
A little bit to do with the co-op, I suppose, is the drop in and drop out gameplay element of online. Say you don't have 4 friends, like 3 friends, I guess, who all have the game, and you've thought, oh, I'll just play online with some random people. Don't turn on drop in, drop out.
It's not on the fly drop in, drop out.
No, you actually have to wait for whoever's connecting to connect. It basically pauses the game while they connect, and it takes upwards of 30 seconds, probably a minute. It's ridiculous. It's not fun. It really breaks the flow of the game, but that can be avoided just by turning off that drop in, drop out thing, I guess.
Or get some friends, you know.
Or get friends, but ain't nobody got time for that.
I guess we'll go on to the conclusion then, and I'll leave that to you.
At first, some of the levels may appear impossible, but they're not. It's more to do with that repetition, learning the level, learning patterns and where to go, how to do things. It's about optimization. You can beat this game by yourself, even though there's really no beating the game. It's just doing the same thing over and over again, and that can turn off a lot of people. The idea that it's just the same thing over and over again. But what I like about it is it may be the same thing over and over again, but that same thing is awesome and a lot of fun.
And dynamic.
So it's not exactly the same. It's quite good. There's a fair few hours of play in this game by yourself, and you can play this for months with friends. It's good value at full price, even better on sale. But you might be better off waiting for Payday 2.
Yes, at this point in time, once Payday is not on sale, as it is Steam sales currently as we're recording this, it'll be the same price as Payday 2.
Yeah, so might be better off getting that. Although, it'd still be worth checking out Payday 1.
Hell, if you get both, you're going to have twice as much gameplay.
Oh yeah.
Cheerio.